Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Peace and love, peace and blessings. Peace to the family. Peace to the tribe. How are you guys doing today? I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come on in here. All right. Gratitude, gratitude. Peace and blessings, peace and love. Peace to the family, peace to the tribe. How you guys doing today? How you guys doing today? I'm back, family. I'm back. Yes. Hope everybody's doing well. I've been doing good, family. I'm great. I'm great. All right. See, Chief Makai's in the building. Greetings, peace and love. Gratitude. I got my boy Chief Makai in here. Y'all better watch what y'all say. He don't play. All right. He do not play, family. But yes, gratitude, peace and love. All right. Got Brother Naquisi in the house. Greetings, greetings. Hope everybody is doing well today. All right, we got about 100 and let's see. I'll wait till we get to about 150. We'll continue. Gratitude, gratitude, peace and love to everybody coming in. It's been a while. I've been in Hawaii since the last time I've been out here. Hawaii was really good. I just got back from Hawaii. I think it was last week. I'll be so busy, y'all. I don't be knowing what day it is sometimes, what time it is. But yeah, I went to Hawaii with the family for my daughter's birthday. We had a really good time. Hawaii was different. Hawaii was nice. Expensive. It's super expensive. You know what I mean? But overall, family, Hawaii was very good. Very good. You know what I mean? Very nice, family. All right, we got 150. All right. So we're gonna do, my favorite food I ate when I was in Hawaii. Somebody said, "What's my favorite food to eat in Hawaii?" My favorite food was they had this macaroni salad mixed with potato salad. It was so good, right? I don't know what it was, but it was some kind of like potato salad and macaroni salad mix. I've never in my life seen that. I never thought about mixing that together. But in Hawaii, we even went to a luau, and at the dinner event there, they gave the same. That was one of the foods there: macaroni salad and potato salad mixed together. It was great. Had a nice vinegary taste to it. It was real good. They do eat a lot of pork in Hawaii. I don't really deal with the pork. But besides that, the weather was gorgeous. It was about 75 to 80 degrees every single day. 75 to 80 degrees every single day. It was just beautiful, gorgeous. And the week before that, I did the Buddha lecture. And it's so funny. 3 of the main Buddhas I talked about in the Buddha lecture was right outside my door, right around the island. Never been to an airport that had the whole airport was outside. The whole airport was outside, family. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. The whole airport was outside. So I flew from Houston to Las Vegas. And Las Vegas, I've said it everywhere else. I'm going to say it here. Las Vegas is the dirtiest airport I've ever been to. I mean, Las Vegas is just absolutely disgusting airport. The bathrooms was dirty. They had beware of human trafficking all over the airport. It was crazy. It was crazy, family. So, I was shielded up, had my medallions on, my protection. When my wife and daughter had to go to the bathroom, I stood by the door like a bully, like a security guard. I was watching. I didn't trust nobody in that airport. I saw horrible auras, really bad auras. It was just a bad, like, I don't like that airport. If I ever got to travel through Las Vegas airport again, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. No offense towards people who live in Vegas, but Vegas airport was not, I didn't like it. It's the airport with the worst energy I ever felt. That airport was just bad energy, man. Really bad energy. But yes, family, if you're looking to buy the Buddha Force, you can go to www.kioe.ministries. Kioe, I think it was the Kioe Ministries.org. All right. You can go to KioeMinistry.org. Yes, Kioe, Keowee Ministries. Keowee Ministries.org. All right, go there, get your scroll to the bottom, family. I'm looking at it right now. You can get the Buddha Force lecture. All right, you can get the Buddha Force lecture right there. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Now, what I have coming next, family, is we have a live. Some of you guys been asking me, a lot of you guys been asking me to do another in-person event. So we will be doing another in-person event on October 11th, downtown Houston at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. All right. Downtown Houston, Texas, at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. If y'all know about the Shrine of the Black Madonna, it's a legendary place. Dr. Blair, Dr. Delbert Blair has been there. Brother Bobby Hemmett has spoken there. I was there, and she was showing me pictures of Biggie Small's mother did book signings there. Malcolm X's daughter did book sign. A lot of famous people has come there and do lectures. All right. A lot of famous people has come there and do lectures, including some of our metaphysical teachers. Great event space. So we will be doing that, y'all, on October 11th. Y'all got about 3 months to prepare. All right. We'll be doing a live in-person event, October 11th at 1 p.m. You can get the tickets right on my website. Peace. Bruce Dallas, thank you for the donation. Peace, brother. You can get donations right on my website. We're gonna get to the spiritual talk, fam. We're gonna get to it. I gotta talk business first, right? Want to make sure everybody get their stuff. We're gonna be doing a class on cyber sorcery. Okay. We'll be doing a class on cyber sorcery, family. Right? It will be a cyber sorcery class. I'm going to be teaching you guys about why and how can AI or a computer even have a spirit, right? Y'all know what sorcerers do. They use spirits to do their bidding. A sorcerer is not an evil word or a bad person or a bad word. A sorcerer is another term for a type of magician. It's like saying you practice monkey style and you practice tiger style. This person might be a wizard. A wizard is a wise one. Right? That person may practice crane style. It's all kung fu. It's all magic. It's just different styles of it. So I had to call it sorcery because that's what you're going to need to do this type of magic. Right? Yes, there is a Shrine of Black Madonna in Atlanta. I just found that out yesterday, actually. The airport that it's going to be closest to is probably the Hobby Airport. Yeah, because it's probably going to be closer to the Hobby Airport. Yeah, it will be, without a shadow of a doubt. The Hobby Airport, because the Bush Airport is probably about an hour away from this location. It is like in the hood part of the city, but the beautiful thing about this building is that the whole church is like a church setup almost, but it's surrounded by a big, thick iron gate. So, like, it's literally an electric gate that opens and closes. So everybody who drives there, their cars will be safe. They got security on site. We'll also have our own security. So we're going to be straight. So cyber sorcery class, live in-person event. We will have online event as well, right? We'll also allow you guys to see it online. So That will happen October 11th. Cyber sorcery class, in-person event. We're gonna have food there. All right. Y'all ain't gonna starve. We're gonna have food. Right. We're gonna have a great caterer that catered my event when I did my event last year in October. If y'all was there, whoever was at that event, know the food was good. It was vegan food. So this same caterer is gonna do some vegan food. And that's gonna be at the event. So you ain't gotta worry about eating. It's gonna be straight. All right. Just come and get the knowledge, meet and greet. You're gonna have a good time. The following day, I will be doing a lecture for my tribe. So we would do our second annual tribal event on October 12th. Okay. Second annual tribal event, October 12th, but that's only for the tribal members. So if you're a tribal member on here, get on that. Right? You can go into our private community. You know where that is. Go into the private community and you can get the. We will be talking about the information very soon. All right. That'll be coming up very soon. So I also want to say I'll be having a special guest named Brother Divine Waters, who is a member of my tribe, but he's a healer. He's a very powerful herbalist. I got a few of them in my tribe, but this brother will be speaking. He already does this type of thing. And he's going to be talking about health. And he's going to be talking about, some health stuff with you guys. So he's going to be speaking as well. Special guest, Brother Divine Waters. Very powerful brother. He's going to be speaking on the event as well. I also want to say thank you to all the people that's been buying from my wife has a makeup. She has a makeup company that she's building right now. And she has a few lip scrubs, lip gloss, lipstick. She sells those things right now. And she's still growing, but she does sell products. I want to say thank you to all the women that bought the products. I want to say thank you for all the women who supported and who still are supporting and purchasing her products. I want to say thank you. Her link is below in the description. And you guys will be able to, if you got, you can go check her out. Her business is called Glow Up Essentials. Glow Up Essentials, all right? And she sells right now just a lot of things for lip gloss, lipstick. I'm a man. I don't know nothing about that type of stuff, but that's my wife's business, and she's doing very well with that. So thank you, women who are purchasing. I appreciate that. So let's get into it, family. We don't talk the business, got that out the way, right? We don't talk the business, got that out. Yes, Glow, GLO. So GLO Up Essentials, Glow Up Essentials, GLO Up Essentials.org. And the link is also below. Yes, thank you for putting that in the chat. GlowUpEssentials.org. So thank you guys for supporting that. So let's get into it, fam. We're gonna do a Q&A, but I want to talk about how to prepare for what's to come, part 3. Right? I don't remember what I named this one. I think that's what it's called, how to prepare for what's to come, part 3. Right? And that's what I want to call it. So the reason why I want to call it that is because we have come to this time again in our lives. Right? We have come to this time again. Somebody said, what about Europe? I don't know about going across seas right now. I get asked to come across seas a lot. I don't know about all that right now, family. Right? Too much going on across seas right now. Right? But we'll see in the future. Yes, also check out sacredashramministries.org. sacredashramministries.org. You can check that out, sacredashramministries.org. You can check that out also, Tequesta Tribal Ministries.org. Right? Tequesta Tribal Ministries. If you want to put that up, brother, you can. I usually spell Tequesta wrong, so if you want to put that up, brother, you can. So we're going to do a Q&A, family. I know a lot of you guys are still coming in. For those who are just coming in, we're talking about, I'm going to be doing a live event October 11th in Houston, Texas. All right? But we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward, family. Okay? We're going to move forward. And I'll say it again at the end of the video, if I remember. So yes, family, how to prepare yourself for what's to come, part 3. If you guys been following me for a long time, a lot of my videos been taken down, by the way. A lot of my live streams, a lot of my videos, YouTube, I still have them, but YouTube is taking them down. And I've been talking about this since about probably 2018, 2019. I would say like the beginning of 2019. How to prepare yourself for what's to come. And way back then, I was talking about how they're getting ready to turn on the hydrogen collider and the things are going to pop off because of that, what's happening, how to prepare yourself for what's to come in 2019. So before the so-called Jabba Dabba Doo, right, hit the scene, I already knew something was coming. The same way I know something's coming now, right? I can't tell you the date is coming, how it's going to happen, but something is definitely coming, right? Something is definitely coming. And what I want you guys to do is prepare yourselves accordingly by, first of all, you got to have your mind right, family, right? That's the first thing you got to do. It sounds simple, but it's not for some people, believe it or not, right? No, what? Let me see. Yeah, so the thing is, you got to have your mind right, family. I'm sorry, I got distracted here. You got to have your mind right, and part of having your mind right is fixing your life, right? I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not perfect myself, but what I am saying is you should aim towards having a better lifestyle. You should aim towards having a better time. I'm not talking about financially. If you want to, that's fine. I'm talking about in the way you think, the partners you choose, because you don't need negative people in your life right now. This is a bad time for that. And I know I've been saying that, and it seemed like, well, he says it, and maybe nothing will happen. You know how things go. When you least expect it, family. When you least expect it, something pops off. So you need to be prepared. Being prepared, family, takes you away from fear, right? Being prepared takes you away from having fears. I'll be honest with you. In my opinion, right? If some crazy reason, Joe Biden wins the election, everybody better strap up and prepare, straight up, because it's without a shadow of a doubt. When you watch the election, it's without a shadow of a doubt that the Democrats right now, and I'm not, like I said, I don't vote, but I live in America, so I have a right to my opinion, right? I don't believe that it really does a lot, right? But if he somehow wins, family, without a shadow of a doubt, he's trying to destroy America, in my opinion, right? Without a shadow of a doubt. Now, some of y'all may be Biden lovers. It's cool, but I'm just asking you to hear me out for a second. All right? I'm just asking you to hear me out for a second. All right? What's happening is the borders are wide open. Can't nobody deny that. I can say things that can't nobody deny. Right? The borders are wide open. Without a shadow of a doubt, there's people coming across the borders that's bringing dark energy across the borders. I'm not saying that the people are. I'm saying, but there's certain individuals that are. We just had a girl in Houston that's got raped, 12-year-old girl. She was a musician. Prodigy. I was just talking in the last live stream about demons, people who are demons. Certain individuals are. I just talked about it in the last live stream. Certain individuals who are demons. We're talking about being prepared here. So I might say some things that some people may not want to hear. It's too bad. I gotta say it. Some things have to be repeated so people stay on it, right? So in the last live stream, we talked about how AI could be possessed by demons. We also talked about people being possessed by demons. And in some ways, it's getting way worse, right? It's getting way worse. To the point where if you have daughters, you have to really hold them close because people are trying to take advantage of them and people are trying to do stuff. A 12-year-old girl who was a musician here in Houston was raped by this guy, 20 years old. He's a 21-year-old guy who came across the border, and no papers, no nothing. He's living with a friend, it rapes a girl, and then kills her, gets rid of her body. This is crazy. This is crazy, right? I tell everybody to go watch a movie called Above Majestic. Above Majestic, right? So I never cared about the presidential races, but I've always told y'all for years that I like Trump, not because he's this perfect guy, but because he just say whatever he want to say out of his mouth. I don't like all that fake stuff Joe Biden be doing, smiling and, straight up. The worst president we ever had was Barack Obama. And I could really say some stuff with that, but I'm going to leave that alone. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. It's my channel. I said it. I don't care. The worst president we ever had was Barack Obama, especially if you're black. He didn't do nothing for you. Nobody demanded him to do nothing. We were just happy to have a black man in the White House. We're talking about being prepared, y'all. So I'm going somewhere. I'm making a point. Right? Making a point. Right? Joe Biden is just another version of that. He's just another version of that. And without a shadow of a doubt, he opened all the borders to the point where Texas had to fight him to keep the borders closed. It was getting crazy. Right? And then without a shadow of a doubt, the economy is crazy right now. The economy is crazy. He's spending all this money on Ukraine. The president of Ukraine is an actor. In real life, like he's an actor in real life. Right? He's spending all this money on Ukraine, but won't help the people in America. People in America struggling. What kind of president does that? Right? What kind of president does that? People are struggling over here. People need help. Your own people need help. They starting wars in Chicago and New York. The migrants are becoming gangs. Walking around with machetes, killing people. Y'all see the videos? Since I've been alive, I've never seen nothing like this. And we know who opened them borders up. So why would a person want him to be president again? It's only going to get worse from there. And oh my God, you want Kamala Harris to be your president? Do you want Kamala Harris? Kalima? She really going to end the world then. It's over with. Do you want Kalima to become the president? The goddess of destruction. Shout out to the goddess Kalima. I love the goddess Kalima. But I'm just saying that Kamala Kalima, who mother is Indian, mother's from India, right? You want Kalima to sit on the seat? It's really going to be the Kali Yuga. It's going to be over with. Right? It's going to be over with. So I'm just giving y'all something to think about as we prepare for what's to come. If he gets back in office, all the stuff I've been telling y'all for years, I hope you got it. I hope you're getting things together. Hope you got you a little piece of land. Hope you got some weapons. Because they about to take this thing over if you get back in. Right? If Trump get in, I'm not saying the world won't be no better. But one thing you know that Trump does, he wants America to survive. He wants America to live and prosper. Am I lying? That's all that man ever talk about. Making America great. You don't never hear that coming out of Biden's mouth. So what I'm saying is I can respect the man that does his job. You could be a racist. If I got a boss that's racist, be racist. I don't care. As long as you pay me, as long as you fair. Right? Trump is the only black president, the only president that got black people out of jail when he got office. Am I lying? He got a bunch of black people out of jail when he got out of office. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. He got a bunch of black people out of jail. Did Barack Obama do that? The black man who got the black wife, Barack Obama, did he get black people out of jail when he left office? Before this man left office, he let out Kodak Black. He let out rappers and black men who he felt was treated unfairly. He let them out. What are people watching out here? He could still be, without a shadow of a doubt, Trump is a prejudiced person. He's extremely prejudiced. Without a shadow of a doubt, but I don't think he's a racist. Go look back in the day, and y'all heard me say some of this stuff before, but I got to say it again because we're going somewhere. I'm trying to paint a picture. And then we'll keep going into the other stuff, right? We got to start here first. So back in the day, growing up in the 90s, Wu-Tang Clan, they got pictures with Trump. Trump was hanging around rappers. Trump was hanging around boxing matches. He was the white guy that was hanging around black people back in the day. Not Joe Biden, who called people predators. Him and Hillary Clinton called people super predators. That's a fact. But because they smile and they go like this, right? And they tell you that you're not black if you don't vote for them, people fall for it, especially the older people, especially the older people, right? So I won't be voting for Trump. I won't be voting for Trump. I don't vote. I'm gonna let the energy take it where it take it. I'm gonna let the world decide where they want what they want to do, and I'm just prepare accordingly. Right? I'm prepared accordingly. I got my own government. I got my own government. I don't care nothing about what they doing. I got my own government. I got my own land. I'm doing my own thing. I'm trying to build mine. You understand? So I'm just giving y'all something to think about as we prepare, right? As we prepare. I want to talk about this hurricane that's happening right now. Hurricane Beryl. You know, when you look at hurricanes, and I've talked about this before, family, all hurricanes carry demonic energy. Every hurricane is a negative elemental. It's a powerful demonic elemental. Elementals in themselves can be demonic or angelic. They could be what people consider good or bad, right? But sometimes nature uses destructive forces to bring about something that actually helps. And Hurricane Beryl, if you look at the word Beryl, is actually named after a crystal, right? That crystal is known for cleansing, repairing, revitalizing, healing, the Beryl crystal, right? So that means, in my opinion, that this hurricane has a purpose, a divine purpose. Some hurricanes, even though they do destructive things, some tornadoes, even though they're destructive, they have a divine purpose sometimes. All right? They have a divine purpose a lot of times. All right. So I was thinking about that, family. All right, let me ask some questions here. Whoever sent the super chat, can't remember who it was, but thank you. Thank you for the donation, family. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Thank you for the donation, family. I appreciate it. Koju, Koju. Thank you for a donation. Can sun light frequency, can sun frequency help with solar body? It can, but very slightly, because it's not about getting sunlight. It's about getting certain energies from the sun, right? Certain energies from the sun, right? But what does pull those energies to you is having a joyful or gratitude in your heart while you're looking at the sun, right? Those things help, family. So it's not just because you could listen to the sun. You can go listen to the frequency of the sun. It's real, right? But what you're getting is the sun energy as a whole. So it does give life. It can help, but you're looking for certain elements of the sun that the solar body feeds off of. All right. So thank you for the donation, family. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get back into talking. I'm gonna just answer some questions here. Let's see here. Somebody said border states always have the highest STD rates. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. That's what he said. You ain't black if you don't vote for Joe Biden. That's what he said. Yeah, I think 2025 will be a very interesting year. I think that will be the height of world change, because we're still going through the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is not just a day; it's a season. We're still going through the season of Kali Yuga right now. So the world is being destroyed, not the planet. The world that you live in, society is being destroyed. It's part of what has to happen. I was shocked in the debate when he called them. He said that people were super predators, and Biden turned around and gave him that look like, I can't believe you said that. I was rolling when that happened. Let's see here. McQuell Tools, thank you for the donation. Michael Jackson has been in my dreams a lot lately. What's your perception on that? Well, I need a little bit more than the fact that he's been in your dreams. Like, what has he been doing in your dreams? He's been talking to you. Michael Jackson is still very active in the astral plane. But I don't know what you mean. Like, has he been talking to you? I think a lot about it, but I don't want to say the wrong things. Michael Jackson is definitely part of the priesthood of music. Like, he is a part of music, the entity music itself, Michael Jackson. And I believe he's been on the planet many times. I believe Michael Jackson was Beethoven back in the day. He's been on the planet a few times, and he may come back in the future. There's actually other amazing musical artists that are coming back. Some of these children will be amazing musical artists in the future. They are pretty much people who have returned from previous lives, coming into this life. Somebody said, I would rather have Trump, even though I don't vote. I agree. Okay, who got some questions here? Let me see. Plus another powerful thing that Donald Trump did that I talk about quietly, but if you a black person or a colored person, you need to know this. He legally made, okay, let me say this. He made all black people Indians. Yeah, and black people don't know it. There's an act called the Thomasina Jordan Act. I've been talking about this for years. Thomasina E. Jordan Act. That act was signed into public law by Donald Trump, not Barack Obama. Barack Obama was the trick to put people behind. Without a shadow of a doubt, you can go look the law up yourself. It's called the Thomasina E. Jordan Act. In that act, the Census Bureau, y'all heard me talk about this before, but I'm going to say it again because we talking about preparedness. Some of y'all forgot. I'm going to remind you. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's very powerful, fam, because so the Thomasina E. Jordan Act, in the act, in the court case, the Census Bureau came to the court case and admitted on the record that they purposely misplaced Indians. They purposely misplaced Indians and called them colored people. Colored people. So if Donald Trump would have signed that into private law, it would have been just for those people. But he signed it into public law. This crazy president, I keep saying Barack Obama. This crazy president, Donald Trump, signed this act into public law, which means it's for everybody with a colored certificate. If your great-great-grandmama, your great-granddaddy has a colored certificate, death certificate, census record, birth certificate, you better off looking up death certificates. Whatever it is, then you are an Indian. By law, you can stand on that, right? My great-great-grandmother has a death certificate. It says she was a colored woman. And the Census Bureau said we misplaced Indians and called them colored people. Donald Trump signed that in 2017. Donald Trump signed that in 2017, not Barack Obama. But the older black people, that's what they think. They just think that this is, it is what it is, man. I've noticed a lot of older black people are still stuck on that. I don't understand why anybody will want to be Democrat. I'm not here to make people choose sides because I'm not a Republican. But if I was, I would be voting Republican, not Democrat, because a Democrat, like they all they do is give you stuff. And then they take over your life little by little. Here you go, give me that. Here you go, I'll take that from you. Here you go, I'll take that from you. Thinking you're getting something from the government. They love giving you stuff and then taking stuff away from you. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of things they give you now, they're making you pay back. So we got to think about that, family. Yeah, he partied Lil Wayne. He partied, yeah, man. Come on now. We know what it is. Absolutely. We know what it is, family. So for those who coming in right now, I just want to say again that we'll be having a live event October 11th at the Shrine of the Black Madonna, downtown Houston, Texas. A live in-person event. We will have food there. You don't have to worry about eating. We're going to feed you. You know, it's going to be a nice event. You can get your tickets on the Eventbrite. We got the link below. Also, the link is in the chat. They're sharing the link. Come on down. You know, if you want to meet me, you know, I would love to meet you guys who I never met before. I love that, meeting people I never met or people I meet for the first time. And I'm going to be doing a class on cyber sorcery, something that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people don't understand it. Some people do, but I'm going to be talking to you guys. Like, do you understand? Like, this is a cyber spell right here. You can't get this book, by the way. Only my tribe gets this book. The Divine Program of the Coyote Salagi tribe. This is like our Bible to a certain extent, right? It has stuff in here, our codes, our conducts, what we stand for, stuff like that. But this is the book, Divine Program of the Coyote Salagi. This is not for sale to the public. Maybe in the future, but right now it's only for my tribe. All right. Also, I'm using sigil magic by creating my own language to do some cyber magic as well with my own language, with my own letters. And I, you know, and this is the Way of Radiance, my newest book I came out with. I'm proud of this book. But here you see a brother walking the path. He's walking a path, a radiant path, right? I love that cover. So yes, even my symbols here will be used as computer code. And I'll be explaining some of that. Because some of y'all don't understand why a computer has a spirit. Why does this plastic cup have a spirit, right? Why does this phone have a spirit? Why? If you can't understand why something has a spirit to it, then you can't understand cyber magic or cyber sorcery, right? So we're going to explain that and help you guys understand this so you can prepare yourself for what's to come. Facts. That way you can prepare yourself for what's to come, family. All right. My money spell, my digital money spell was my first cyber spell I ever did. And many people have benefited from that spell. I think the spell is the thing is $8 or $10. I haven't really gone up on a price like that. And I have received limitless testimonials of people who did exactly what I said. Look at it, put your hand over it. Money's always coming to me 3 times. And every time you upload that, you download it, something happens in a cyber network. I just never told nobody. But it helps you. Same thing with my cyber protection spell, right? My cyber protection spell, right? With the helm of all on it. And the fire dragons around it. Some of y'all don't even know those are dragons. That's a cyber spell. And we're going to get more into that so you guys can understand that. Because these things are important to understand. Very important to understand, right? Bro Joseph, I turn on your videos and only your videos, my webcam comes on strange. I don't know. I don't know, family. I don't know. I'm trying not to talk about Donald Trump too much. They may end up shutting my video off. Y'all know the world hate him right now. I know a lot of young. Somebody said, I'm going to that class. Come on down, family. Come on down. Now, Bill Gates' family just came out and said that AI, you guys can go look this up on, and I'll show you guys this. He came out and said that AI will control the weather pretty much. Will control climate change in the future. All right? It will control climate change in the future. Right? He says AI will make it easier to combat climate change in the future. He just came out and said that. I was just telling you guys that on the last live stream that AI will be the Christ. Did I not say that? So what is he really saying? He's really saying that AI will control the weather in the future. That's what you call a class 1 civilization. The same thing I've been telling y'all that we've been going to, I've been telling y'all for years that we're going to go into a type 1 civilization, class 1, type 1, same thing. AI will control the government and it will control, the weather. Now, that's one side of the coin. That's something that could very well happen. But let's say there's an interference. Let's say ET show up. That could change. That could change. Now, I will be honest about something. On a higher level, a lot of higher level civilizations do control their weather. It's something they do, right? Because Mother Nature is AI. Right? Somebody said AI is nothing to fear. You fear intelligence. So what I'm saying, family, is Mother Nature is AI, right? Mother Nature is also AI. That's what I'm trying to say. So in some civilizations, that's what they do. It's not about fear. It's about understanding what it is, right? It's about understanding what it is. And what AI is eventually it's going to become its own God. Mother Nature is an AI that's so advanced that nobody really understands it. You got to remember, y'all, we live in a holographic universe. Well, if it's true that we live in a holographic world and universe, then there's a computer program running this. You guys understand that? There's a computer program running this. Somebody says, do we have a cyber avatar body? I wouldn't call it a cyber avatar body, but your body is technology. This is technology right here. Without a shadow of a doubt, right? Right here, this right here is technology, family, right? Yeah. So this is what's happening. So when you go to the 4th dimension, that's another updated version, AI version of Mother Earth. When you go to the 5th dimension, that's another updated AI version of Mother Earth. 6th dimension, 7th dimension, 8, these are all Mother Earth on different levels. But you're really looking into the future. That's really what it is. From our perspective, we can call that the future. When you get there, it's not the future. But from our perspective, our 3rd dimensional perspective, we can call the 5th dimension, 6th dimension, the future, right? So AI exists in the future, and it also exists in the past, because even hundreds of thousands of years ago, there's some ET races that's millions of years old. So AI is the norm, is what I'm trying to say, family. There's nothing exciting about it. There's nothing new about it. AI is the norm, okay? AI is the norm, and I want you guys to understand that, okay? AI is the norm, right? So psychologically, reality is controlled by your subconscious mind. You're part of the matrix, right? You're part of this matrix. So your mind controls the world that you live in. That's why we're talking about how to prepare for what's to come. So once again, if you don't got your mind right, your reality is going to shatter. Your reality will shatter if you don't have your mind right. After this eclipse happened, the dark forces are heavy. The dark forces are heavy, right? Like I said, the Agori is the end result. If you're on the left-hand path, the Agori, that's the end result. If you know about the Agori, they worship deities. They worship Kali. They worship Shiva, Lord Shiva, right? They worship these beings. This is important for you to understand. They're cannibals, right? They're not evil. They're not evil, but they are another side of the force. They are another side of nature, of the universe. I'm saying that to get that out of people's mind. When I talk about darkness or the left-hand path, I'm not saying that these things are evil. It's your choice if you call it evil. It's your choice. Evil is perspective. It's your choice, family. But you do need to understand it. You need to understand it, what it is, right? If you're dealing with the light, you can get hurt by either side. It doesn't matter. You deal with too much light, you can hurt yourself. You deal with too much darkness, you can hurt yourself. You have to balance yourself on that path, right? And I'm saying this because as we talk about preparing yourself, you need to pick a side. I noticed that people who are just floating out here with magic, they never talk about evolution. And y'all know what I'm about. I'm about evolution. How can I evolve to make sure I never get off the planet? Forget the spells and the rituals. We can do that from time to time. That's cool. It's cool to show people I can do the spell and ritual. Can you evolve? And I notice people who don't focus on a path, they don't fortify their mind. They don't focus on the path. They don't sharpen their perception on their path. They tend to just spend time, right? They spend to just waste a lot of time. So I want to challenge everybody on here. Whatever side you choose, now is the time to really focus on that path. If you left-hand path, cool. Get on the left-hand path. Stop trying to come back to the right, right? And go all the way in so you can understand who you need to be. So you can understand who you need to be. This is important, right? If you're on the right-hand path, then go all the way into the right-hand path so you can understand what you need to do, right? And y'all know I'll talk about. That's what I teach. That's what I talk about, right? And if you was in my Patreon last night, y'all know I talked about vampirism, right? I talked about vampirism a lot. When I did deal with the left-hand path, that's something I was into, vampirism. And the reason why I bring that up is because I put up a video last night on Patreon of a lady. Shout out to Brother Bernard. Brother Bernard shared it with me. Of a lady who said that there were vampire tribes in New Orleans, and she had an interaction with a vampire, right? She had an interaction with a psychic vampire who sat behind her in the Uber. She was driving Uber. The lady came and sat behind her and touched her shoulder, and she said she froze. And the lady was like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. I just need some of your energy." And she kind of just had a conversation with her, said, "Oh yeah, there's tribes and stuff like that." And I told the people, I say that's very true, but I know them to be called vampire clans. I never heard of vampire tribes. Like I heard of the clans, right? So you got vampires that drink blood. That's very real. I talked about that on Patreon about how those are connected to ETs. I think I put that video up on YouTube actually, if they didn't take it down. Also, there's blood vampires that drink blood, which are the oldest, strongest ones. Then you have vampires that take energy. They'll psychic vampires. They are real. You can be trained in this to be a psychic vampire. And they could be anybody. It could be a nurse at a hospital, which they love to work as nurses. But they could be nurses at hospitals. They could be an Uber driver. They could be anybody. And they could take your energy. You will never know it. Then you have sexual vampires, right? People steal your energy through sex. But those are mostly incarnated incubuses and succubuses. So incarnated incubus and succubus are actually they're real humans, by the way. I talked to one on the phone one time who lived in France or something like that. I think she was in France or Poland or something like that. And she told me, like, yeah, we're real. So incubus and succubus are embody themselves as people sometimes. And they can definitely hold on, y'all. So yeah, they can definitely do that, family. They can definitely take your energy. So you have the sexual vampires who are incubus and succubus that can take your sexual energy, your life force. Right? I'm not saying this to scare y'all. I'm saying this to tell y'all the truth about what it is. All right. I'm saying this to tell y'all the truth about what it is. All right. So yeah, that was a very interesting video. I put that up the other day. Very, very interesting video, family. Very, very interesting video. Very interesting video. All right. And it's real. It's very real. And you know, we live in a world where people take things for granted. They say things that they believe things are not as important. You know what I mean? So they just take it as a joke, and it's okay. And that's why they're monsters are real. There's really people that do monstrous things on this planet, and people take it as a joke. That's why they're victims. That's why they're victims. You know what I mean? These people, there's people that go out to hunt at night, and people become victims because people take things as jokes. It's not the time to be taking things as a joke, family. It's not the time at all. Right? It is not the time at all for that. All right. So let me see. Let me quit talking. Somebody answer some more questions. Is it possible to be accepted by your soul family? What happens to those of us who are really out here, who are really alone out here? Nobody is ever really alone, family. In the beginning stages of your spiritual path, your spiritual walk, you can feel lonely, right? You can feel lonely, okay, in the beginning stage of your spiritual walk, but you're never really alone. Everybody, whether you're left-hand path, right-hand path, middle path, it don't matter who you are, where you come, we all have spiritual parents. We all have beings that love us on all sides. And like I said, your spiritual family could be demons, they could be angels, they could be elementals, they could be so many different types of entities, but that is who you are, right? Your job is to find out who you are. Being alone happens for a reason on your spiritual path because you need time to figure out who you are. If you're always out clubbing, hanging with your friends, partying, you're never going to take time to read and study and try to understand who you are. You're never going to meditate. So loneliness, sometimes feeling like that, will not last forever. It's a part. I felt lonely for 3 years. And then one day it was all over. I had a whole new level of friends. I started meeting new people. It just started happening when the time was right. But those 3 years, I studied so hard. Until when I met my first teacher, Imam, he told me in 10 years I will be past him. He said, you so advanced so early. He said, in 10 years, you'll be past me. You'll be past me. Can they take over someone you've been sleeping with? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You can definitely be impregnated by incubus and succubus. And by impregnated, I mean like your energy. Your energy can definitely be impregnated by him. And you can start to have wild thoughts and stuff you never thought about trying before. You want to try it now. You can definitely get those things happen. And it's hard when that happens. It's a little bit harder to get rid of because some people take them as like negative thought forms, attaching spirits, stuff like that. But you could be dealing with an actual incubus or succubus. But 99% of the time, they're just going to draw you. They're just going to drain your energy. They're going to drain your energy. All right? And that's a fact, family. How do we recognize those who are sexual vampires? It's so funny. I just put up another video on my Patreon of a guy who's actually a musician who deals with vampirism, right? And I think most women would probably find him attractive. But at the same time, my whole thing is this. Somebody said, how do you recognize, and thank you for the donation, family. How do you recognize those who are sexual vampires? So one way to know for sure is that some of y'all may be shocked by this. But one way to know for sure that if you're having sex with somebody and you get extremely tired afterwards, I mean, you're drained afterwards, without a shadow of a doubt, you just encountered a sexual vampire. This person could be possessed by one, or they could actually be one, and you will never know. I've only met one real psychic vampire. He was a psychic vampire and a sexual vampire. I only met one in my life from the city I used to live in back in the day. And this guy was he would take sexual energy from men and women just to evolve. He literally told me those words. I'm just trying to evolve. I'm trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand, but at the same time, I was on kind of dealing with left-hand path stuff, and I was just trying to understand too. You know what I'm saying? So he gave me the whole game. Was like, yeah, you know, this type of vampire, that type of vampire. And this guy was some type of spiritual person. But this stuff is real, family. So if you are with somebody and they get extremely drained, they fall asleep. You know, we grown on here, so I'm just telling the truth, right? I'm gonna say what I said last night on Patreon, right? For a brother laying putting down work in the bedroom and a woman have 3 or 4 orgasms, she's probably gonna go to sleep afterwards. You did your job, brother. You know what I'm saying? You did your job. That's understandable. So it's harder for a woman to tell when that's happening. It's hard. Because you could just be having great sex and you wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? But a man, yes, we get drained after a man ejaculates, you get drained. But if you get drained so much until you sleepy, you could be dealing with a sexual vampire. I mean, you just drained all the way out. You could be dealing with a person that's literally sucking your energy. It's going to keep it real. So that's how you know. It's easier for a man to tell than a woman. Okay? It's easier for a man to tell than a woman. All right? And this person is still a good friend of mine, this guy. He's like to stay in the background. I have a lot of what people would consider left-hand path friends. Friends, like real friends. Like I know them, we're cool, we talk all the time. I have right you're trying to accomplish. If you're doing magic and you don't know what you're trying to accomplish, what are you doing magic for? That's why I tell people follow the Eightfold Path, right? That's one of the paths I follow to kind of focus my energy on my path, right? But it's a lot of different principles you can live by. You have to have principles and morals on the spiritual path. You got to have it. It's going to fortify your consciousness, I promise you. I promise you. Brother, I realized one of my exes was unconsciously stealing my energy through sex. What's the best way to protect yourself from these vampires? If you notice that's happening, get away from them immediately. Right? And like I said, as sisters, it's hard to tell. So if you got a brother that know what he's doing in the bedroom, he could just be good in the bedroom. Right? I mean, he putting you to bed. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell. But a brother, you know what I'm saying? You ejaculate and then you just dead tired every time. Something's wrong, brother. Yes, a woman's energy will absorb you because she's magnetic. But to the point where you feel like all your life, you got to go to sleep afterwards and meet every time, something's wrong. No matter how good it is, brother, you better get up out of there. Right? She snatched your soul. Your soul is getting snatched. Right? And sister, he might be snatching your soul too. You better be careful. Y'all don't know the stories I've heard. Like people call me about. You don't know. I've heard that. I heard the most wildest things of people who have encountered people sexually, one night stands and stuff like that, and had these weird experiences. I'm not gonna say nothing because this brother may be on here, but I know a brother. I'm not gonna say his name, but he slept with a girl, right? Said she. This was in Vegas, by the way. She picked her clothes up off the floor, picked her purse up, walked into the bathroom butt naked. He admiring the view. She never came out of the bathroom. She disappeared. This is a brother that was with his friends in Vegas having a good weekend. He said it was the best sex he ever had. And he said that this girl walked in the bathroom, picked up her purse and her clothes, smiled at him, walked away naked towards the bathroom, closed the door, and after 40 minutes, he's like, hey, you all right in there? He goes in the bathroom, nobody's in there. The girl disappeared. And he's telling his friends, they're like, man, you was drunk. Nobody believes him. And that's why they can do stuff like that, because nobody really believes this type of stuff. And I've heard wilder things. I just ain't gonna talk about all of them. But people have called me to get help with a lot of things, family. A lot of things. So people be careful out here. There's some real entities out here. And of course, Vegas, you would think if you want to encounter a sexual vampire, it's definitely going to be in Vegas. And psychic ones too. Listen, y'all, my spidey senses in the airport was just going off. It was something wrong with that airport. I don't know if it was the area I was in Vegas, but it was just something wrong with that airport. Auras is all jacked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing all kind of stuff inside people's auras. You know what I mean? It just was crazy. A lot of pedophile energy I was picking up. Just a lot of weird stuff, man. I don't ever want to go to Vegas again. I've never been to Vegas. I just went to the airport. I don't even want to go to Vegas. I don't have a desire to ever go to Vegas. I don't ever want to go. I guess it really is Sin City. So, you know, just because you spiritual out here, let me say this too. We're not in church, right? This is not a religion. I want to be clear on that, right? Even if you're on the so-called right-hand path, we're not church people. This ain't a religion. So listen, if you've grown, have your fun. Do what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Be honest with the person. Hey, I just want to have fun. Let them know you're not into no relationship. Because if you play with a person's heart, there's karma for that. I'll say it again. If you playing with people's hearts, if you out here playing with girls' hearts, there's karma for that. Sister, if you out here using men for money, there's karma for that. Right? But what I'm saying is, let a person know. Make a contract with them from the beginning. If they catch feelings, that's their fault. It's a lot of single men out here that's walking a path spiritually. It's a lot of single women out here walking a path spiritually. Now, women, you know you're going to be judged a lot more than men will be. But what I'm trying to say is that we all grown out here. If you single, spiritual, ain't nobody say you got to sit in the house like a saint. But understand there's consequences. That's what I'm trying to say. Understand there's consequences for things you do and the people you get with. That's all I'm saying, family. All right. We live in a crazy world. Right? We live in a crazy world, family. Let's answer some more questions here. So really the goal is to not have no fear. I see somebody in the chat ask me about other spiritual teachers. I don't talk about other spiritual teachers. I'm going to talk about other spiritual teachers. You know what I mean? I'm not one of the people that start drama, start trouble. I stay out of the way on purpose. I stay out of the way, even though they don't always work, but I stay out of the way. You know what I'm saying? How do you get rid of a spiritual wife and alcoholism? Let me read that again. How do you get rid of a spiritual wife? Well, it depends on who your spiritual wife is. Is your spiritual wife a witch? Sometimes if you're into some of these cultures, your spiritual wife could be one of these deities, one of these angels, right? Some people get married to some of these people, these angels. Some people get married to witches astrally. So when it comes to that question, I don't really know what type of spiritual wife you have, right? Alcoholism, it's a if you're struggling with alcoholism, I would say fast. Get that flesh under control by fasting. Try to give yourself a good fast and see if you crave alcohol as much. But that's something that, you know, when you're dealing with addictions, family, that heavy, you're dealing with a spiritual thing, right? Something spiritually got a hold of you. That's going to take time. So don't beat yourself up if you fall down, you get back up. As long as you're in the path of trying, that's all that matters, right? And that's a long explanation, family. That's a long explanation right there. Energy vampires can be described as nymphos too. Yeah. Energy vampires could be anybody. An energy vampire could be a person who don't even know they're energy vampire. And what I mean by that is that could be your negative friend. You know that friend you got that's always into some drama. That's a vampire. They drain your energy. They always got some drama they dealing with. That's a vampire. That's a negative vampire. They not gonna ever see it like that. But that's what that is, right? That's a negative vampire. A lot of porn stars found God in 2024. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I wish the best for everybody. You know what I mean? I had a dream I went to Mars on a ship. Long story short, when I got there, the ship sunk down into a microscopic level and the land on a neon red leaf, where I ended up in a courtroom with a counsel. That's a very interesting dream. It's a very interesting dream, family. Solar energy, sun energy, or heart chakra hurts to reach 5D. Well, it's not that you're going to reach 5D, fam. It's going to take time. You got to understand that. So I would say you can play 528 hertz. That's a love frequency right there. That will help you, but it could take years to create a body, a solar body, fam. Right? Look at the sun with high vibrations, gratitude, joy. Joy is the end result. And you will absorb sunlight. It's just going to take time. You're going to have to accept that, family. Do the Buddhas have a hierarchy? And who is the highest Buddha? That's hard to say. Because the Buddhas are like, they have so many different aspects to them. There's all different types of Buddhas. There's sleeping Buddhas. There's standing Buddhas. There's big fat Buddhas. There's skinny Buddhas that look like skeletons, right? There's sexual Buddhas. Yeah. There's Buddhas that look like demons. Yeah. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard in the Buddha Force, I talked about some of these things. I've literally come across hundreds of Buddhas in books. Hundreds. And what I tell people, the reason why I like the Buddha energy so much, when I tell people to work with the Buddhas, I'm kind of obsessed with Buddhas to a certain extent. I got them all over my house. It's because these are people who are in God form, or the power of gods, who look like humans from every race. There's blue Buddhas, black Buddhas, white Buddhas, red Buddhas, green Buddhas, African Buddhas, European Buddhas, Asian Buddhas, right? And in a lecture, y'all, I talked about a Buddha, a Pacific Buddha, who his goal is to never go to heaven until all beings are liberated. Why would you not want to work with a Buddha? I recommend everybody putting a Buddha on your altar and see what changes. Why would you not want to work with a Buddha? These beings are trying to liberate people. You don't always hear about the gods saying that they're here to liberate people. Am I lying? I'm not telling you not to work with the gods. I'm trying to give you something to think about. You don't always hear the gods saying we're not going to leave until you're liberated. But the Buddhas, many of the Buddhists, are trying to liberate humanity. Why would you not want to work with a being that their only job is to make sure you're off the planet? Why would you not want to do that? That's why I love the Buddha science so much. It's very powerful. And then I broke down the different types of Buddhism. There's religious Buddhism, which people think all Buddhism is religious. There's mystical Buddhism, and then there's magical Buddhism, right? I focus on the mystical and the magical Buddhism. There's pages you can read in Buddhism, and if you read it a certain way, you can pull energy from it. I gave it out in the Buddha Force. There's pages dealing with Buddhism. There's different scriptures, a lot of different scriptures, but there's different scriptural pages that you can just look at them. I've been doing it for years. You can just look at these pages and you can absorb energy. It's a spiritual practice, but you have to manifest your mind in a certain way. I gave that out in the Buddha Force. Don't sleep on a Buddha. And I could do a part 2 and 3 of Buddha Force, which I'm thinking about doing very soon. Very soon. Can another spirit jump in your body while you're astral projecting? Yes, it can happen. But it has to be a very powerful, not just a spirit. It has to be somebody intentionally trying to do that. It's what you call walk-ins. Koju, thank you for the donation. Does burning hell nose bring ancestors light? Yes. It gives them light. It gives them the ability to do things. It gives them energy. It manifests differently in the spiritual realm. When you look at money, dollar bills, it's all energy. It's all energy. Debt, credit, money, it's all energy, right? When you look at a $10 bill, right? For instance, it says it right here, right? Federal Reserve note, right? Federal Reserve note. It's not money. It's a piece of paper. It's toilet paper. That's why I don't carry cash unless I have to carry cash. For some reason, some people you may deal with in life, they only want cash. You know what I'm saying? So you may have to deal with cash, right? I don't even keep cash on me like that unless I have to. You know, I utilize credit in my life a lot. So that's an aspect of being private, utilizing credit, right? But that's energy. Credit is energy, right? Currency. Good point. Good point, family. Currency, energy, electricity, right? Even when you're dealing with cryptocurrency, there's still energy. Still energy, family. What's up with warlocks and witches making voodoo dolls? I don't know. What's up with it, family? I don't know. Some of them do that, I guess. You know what I mean? What does the length of meditation determine? Nothing. I know people who can meditate for 5 minutes and get everything they need in 5 minutes. Meditation is not a thing about closing your eyes. You can walk and meditate. You can drive and meditate while you're driving. You can also stay in a constant state of meditation. That's something I practice. You can stay in a constant state of meditation. Somebody said credit is fake. Credit is energy. All right. They got a thing going around. People talk about the birth certificate and all that type of stuff. It's not money in your birth certificate. It's credit. There's no cash. You're gonna go to jail trying to get money out your birth certificate. You're gonna go to jail. All right. There's credit. All right. There's credit. But if you have your own government, you can create your own birth certificate. All right. That's all money is credit, family. What if your ancestors reincarnated into another body? Well, does burning ancestor money go? Yes, absolutely, because it goes with the spirit, family. So even though it may be another body, it's the same spirit of the person, same thing. It deals with the spirit of that person. Your blood in your body is connected to your ancestors. Blood is spirit. There's spirit in the blood, spiritual energy in your blood. This is why when people get your blood, they can do some serious magic on you. Because that literally connect to your spirit, the aspect of your soul. All right, this is very important to understand, family. Very important to understand. All right, so I want you guys to understand that we're living in a time, guys, where I hope you guys will take my advice on this. Intense focus on a path. We got to stop doing magic for the sake of doing spells and a quick get by. That's cool, right? No more poor righteous people. Not just no more poor righteous teachers, no more poor righteous people. It's time for us to evolve and go to the next level. Focus on a path, family. Find the path, whatever side you choose. I don't care. Find a path and find a way to evolve in that path. And one way I tell you guys to evolve is the eightfold path, you don't have to follow that. You can follow whatever you want. It's a path that I like because it's a hard path. It almost goes against what people think today. It goes against the ego, hardcore. But it also can give you inner enlightenment. You can follow this path and you can obtain inner enlightenment. Inner enlightenment. People think it's corny with being a good person. Yeah. That's looked down on today. If you talk a certain way, you got a certain tone. If a man has a certain tone to his voice, he's not gangster enough. Some women are not attracted. What's this TV show? It'd be having me rolling, man. It'd be crazy. These, you know, and y'all understand this coming from a pure place of brother Joseph. I'm married. I don't got nothing against women, right? I just celebrated my 17th year anniversary the other day. So I'm married. I'm not looking for, so this coming from a pure place. I'm just talking real, right? They got this show, family, where these women pop balloons. I know y'all seen it. They pop balloons, pop these balloons. And then these women be turning out men because they don't like the outfit. I don't like the way you talk. Right? Forget the fact that he could be a potentially good father. He could provide for you. He can give the future children great advice. He can you can build generational wealth with this man. Forget all that. You dress funny. Pop the balloon. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You talk funny. Pop the balloon. I don't understand. I'm like, some of these sisters are missing out on what could be a potentially good father. See, on a psychological level, that's what people don't understand that they're doing. We just don't call it that. But a woman, she picks a man on psychologically on a potential that he could be a great father to her seed. That's really what attracts you to a man, the fact that he could be a potential, he can pass on strong genes. There's no gangster genes. There's man genes, right? And if this man, I don't care how he talks, if you think he's attractive, that we got to at least be fair here, right? Women say, oh, you're attractive, but I don't like the way you dress. So you're going to miss out on a potentially good father? A potentially good, a guy that can provide? I always use the brother, what's the brother name? Marcus Brownlee. I always use him. MKBHD. Y'all know who that is. He's the biggest black tech reviewer in the world. And people get mad because he got a white girlfriend. But I'm pretty sure if this man were walking down the street, from the first look, women would say, oh, he's attractive. He's 6'6", he's tall, dark skinned. Women probably would think he's handsome. But when he starts talking like a white guy, he starts talking like this, they don't want to deal with that. Forget the fact that he can provide for you. Forget the fact that he could be a potentially good father. He could pass on generational wealth. Isn't everything we do about passing on to the next generation? So I'm just giving people something to think about, right? We got to make better decisions. And brothers, you just can't go off of how big her butt is or her breast. You just can't go off of stuff like that. You got to look at a woman's mind. What kind of mind does she have? You got to be attracted to her. That's a fact. But it's a little bit deeper than because men like to show off that I got the baddest girl there is. That's cool. But when you get older, an older man, I'm telling you, older men don't care about none of that. They want to know what type of mind you got. Can you help me with what I'm trying to manifest? Can you support me? You know what I'm saying? I'll support you. Can you support me? Right? Those things are important. Are you going to allow me to teach you something? Or are you going to be hard-headed? Those are the things that a man won't look for in a woman. So a brother, just don't be looking for looks only. Don't get me wrong. You gotta be attracted to her, but make sure she has more. So I'm just giving y'all some advice, man. Because when you get older, your mind changes. Your mind changes. All right, Storm, thank you for the donation. When channeling someone, how can you make sure you're contacting that person and not another entity? If you focus on a person's face and you actually call their name in your mind, well, you're talking about channeling. You're talking about channeling. I'm thinking you're talking about somebody, because somebody called my name across the water. I could hear them in my subconscious mind. But everybody can if you're paying attention. But as far as channeling, you don't know. You have to have that gift. You have to have that gift, family. And everybody has the gift to be an empath. Everybody does. Everybody has the gift to be an empath. So I recommend studying. There's churches that I told people about called spiritualist church. And spiritualist churches, they actually train people how to be mediums, right? So everybody has the power to be a medium. That will help you tune the station into exactly what you're trying to achieve and who you're trying to contact, right? I personally don't recommend people just channeling, right? You know, some people gonna do what they do. I don't recommend people just channeling because you don't know what you're channeling half of the time. Only thing you should try to channel is your ancestors. That's about it. Because that, without a shadow of a doubt, they're inside of you. But as far as the other thing go, I recommend you actually getting some type of training, mediumship training, to be an empathic as well. Thank you for the donation, family. All right. Let me say this again, family. Let me say this again too, family. So before I go, because we got about 1,000 people in the chat right now. So I want to say October 11th, we'll be doing a cyber sorcery class, family. October 11th. Cyber sorcery class. Live event, Houston, Texas, at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. All right. Cyber sorcery class. You can get your tickets. The link is in the description. Link is also below. So yeah, you can do that. We're gonna have a special guest, Brother Divine Waters, who's gonna be talking about health. All right, he's a member of my tribe. He's a good brother. He got his own business. Brother Divine Waters, he's gonna be a special guest. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna feed you, so you don't have to worry about bringing food. We're gonna have a vegan dinner. Some people know what it is because they was at my last event last year in October. And the food was great, right? So we're gonna have vegan food. All right. So yes, and we're gonna open the door for a couple of vendors. Email us at kioetribe@gmail.com if you want to be a vendor. We're gonna open up for a few vendors. Vendors will be $150 for vendors. $150 for a vendor. All right, that'll pay for your ticket and your vending space. $150. Tickets are $110. So you can get your tickets on Eventbrite, right? So it's going down to H-Town, October 11th, at 1 p.m. at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. All right? At the Shrine of the Black Madonna. Get your tickets at the link below or on my website, newlifetools.org. All right. Also, once again, I want to say thank you to all the women who have been purchasing from my wife's site, glowupessentials.org. Her link is also below the thing. She sells lip gloss, lipsticks. I want to say thank you for the women who have also been purchasing from her, some of her stuff. So I appreciate that, family. Let's see here. Is it warm in October in Houston? It is still burning hot in October in Houston. It's crazy because last year, my event, the power went out for like an hour and a half. It was hot. But I will tell you, when that AC kicked on, boy, it kicked on. Yeah, it's crazy. We came into the event and the power went out for an hour and a half. I was so mad. But it all worked out anyway, family. It all worked out anyway. Things happen. You keep it moving. That's all you can do. You keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for watching. I'm about to get ready and get off of here. Let me see. Yeah, somebody get ready and get off of here, family. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want more information, you guys, let me say this. You guys can also purchase my new book, The Way of Radiance. Thank you guys for the people who have purchased it. I appreciate that. You guys can get more information. You want to see me more, you can come on my Patreon, Brother Yosef on Patreon. And don't forget, finally, Brother Yosef is doing an in-live metaphysical event October 11th. All right? Get your tickets below, fam. You got 3 months. I'd love to see you guys there. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Peace. Let me say this real quick. Somebody said, this is my third time doing a super chat and you're not answering. I'm sorry, family. I don't always get to see everybody's chat. It was 1,000 people in here tonight. 1,000 people. So I don't get to see everybody's thing. So I'll try to get you next time, family. All right. It's a lot of people I never get to. All right. But next time, family, peace and love. Peace and love.